Week 10 of the Texas high school football season is ticking down. We've got actually a large, oversized countdown clock here in the studio. And it's just counting down the minutes until Texas high school football gets kicked off here in Week 10. There are massive games, 670 games across the state of Texas. There are, of course, huge district games that are going to determine. In fact, I mentioned this on the picks earlier this week that there are teams whose seasons will end this week. Are you okay?
I have a helper in the studio, and the helper's having some allergy problems. My helper can roll into the background if she wants, but if y'all heard a massive snort, it was not me.
Anyway, there are Texas high school football teams whose seasons will end tonight. Is that bringing the room down?
Wah, wah, wah.
Yes, there are Texas high school
Blow
teams
up the basketball, boys.
who will their seasons will end tonight. There are massive games, 670 plus across the state of Texas this week. I have gone through and diligently ranked all 670 of them, and I'm here to present to you the top 10 Texas high school football games of the week in Week 10, starting with number 10, Wellington and Wheeler. This is a fabulous ball game up there in the Panhandle and a district championship game that I think might be flying under the radar. And I think part of it is that I think Wheeler is kind of flying under the radar. This is a Wheeler program that has had a spectacular season so far, 7-1 to start the year, with an opportunity to win the District 5 2A Division II title, or at least take the pole position there. They have been really impressive, and I think really surprising. Creed Newkirk, their quarterback, has been excellent. But the biggest thing for Wheeler, they have like an unstoppable defense. They've allowed like 28 points all season. Their defense has been ridiculous. How does that Wheeler defense match up at home against a Wellington team led by Callan Kane, running back Noah Cantu, the weaponry that they've got? How does Wheeler's defense match up with Wellington's offense? That is good on good. That is strong on strong there in District 5 2A Division II. I think Wellington probably has the best offense in that district, and I think Wheeler unequivocally has the best defense in that district. What happens when they collide? It's a massive game up there in Wheeler, America, starting tomorrow night. So excited about that. Number 10. Number 9, Rockwall and Rockwall Heath. It is, in fact, it's always a big game when these two teams get together, but I also think it's worth kind of weighing in on the stakes here, because we've talked about this, about how, District 10 6A has an opportunity to be maybe the toughest district in all of Texas high school football. There are going to be some really good teams that get left out of the playoffs here, and honestly, it might be one of these teams. I'm not projecting anything, but take a look at District 10 6A and the way that it's shaken out. This is a massive game for all of the reasons that are not the rivalry, okay? District 10 6A, right now, Rockwall Heath enters at 3-1. Rockwall is at 2-2. If Rockwall loses this game, they're in deep doo-doo. Mm-hmm. They're in deep doo-doo. They would then be at 2-3, and there would be at least 4 teams ahead of them. Rockwall Heath has got the one loss on the season to Longview. They have been very strong all year, but they've got to bounce back after that loss last week to Longview. This is also, I think, an opportunity that there's going to be some fireworks in this one. I think there is big-time offense in this one, 2 outstanding offenses for a critical district showdown. The winner of this game feels pretty good, and the loser is probably struggling to wake up on Monday and get excited. So excited about this one, Rockwall and Rockwall Heath at beautiful Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Number 8, Decatur and Springtown. Another game that I think is kind of flying under the radar a little bit. I think the reason why is because I think after 2 losses, I think it's twofold. One, I think that there is a tendency to kind of forget about Springtown. Mm-hmm. Springtown's 9-0, guys. Springtown's been rolling right now, and they've been very, very impressive all year long, most notably, I think, because of the way that they have put together their outstanding offense. Quarterback Kane Hill has been terrific. That's one of the best offensive lines, I think, in the state or in 4A as well. This is this is a really critical matchup here because Springtown, I think, has been battle tested. Decatur's got 2 losses on the year, 5-2, but they've been strong as well and gotten better as the season went on. Their running backs, Jake Milligan and Jamari Fletcher, have really stepped up. I think this game could be pointsy. And I think that Springtown's probably your favorite and can clinch. They can finish 10-0. They've got the Week 11 open date. So they could finish this season 10-0 and get ready for the playoffs. For Decatur, they've got an opportunity to snatch that district championship out from Springtown's grasp. So fascinating ball game there, Decatur and Springtown for the District 5 4A Division I crown. No.
Sorry.
Number 7, Collinsville and Munster. Another game that I'm really excited about in what has become a wild and woolly district up there. So Munster at this point needs no introduction. They have been spectacular. They're 6-2. They've got the 2 losses to 2 good 3A teams. They have gotten into district play. Once they've started playing teams within their own weight class, they've been dominant. Remember, they've got like a close loss to Pottsboro. They've got a 1-score loss to Holiday. Those are the 2 losses on the year.
Yeah, both of those are 3A Division I teams.
They've gotten into district play, and they've been rolling. Pottsboro is now state ranked in 3A Division I. Collinsville's a bit more of a mystery box. So they're 7-1 on the year. They've got 1 loss. It's to Callisburg. It's a bit of it's a 3A, but it's an okay 3A. Bit of a head scratcher. But aside from that, they have been spectacular. And one of the things that I think is interesting about Collinsville is that you remember they were one of the more explosive offenses in Texas high school football last year. They were really, they were spectacular. Well, they've got a new quarterback. Paxton Davidson, the sophomore, and I'll tell you, I think his running ability is going to give them an extra edge in this game, an extra element. Munster's defense has got to be ready for this one. This is a fascinating ball game in that always wild District 8 2A Division II. I mean, there's another big game tonight I'm going to be at with Santo and Lindsay that's going to have major implications as well. This is a really intriguing matchup here between Collinsville and Munster for almost certainly, Battle of Unbeatens in district play, almost certainly for the district championship. Number 6, Port Neches Groves and Montgomery. We're going to talk with the head coach of Montgomery, Coach Grant Cooper, coming up here in just a moment. This is another district title game, and another game that if you didn't pay a whole lot of attention to, you might not have noticed how good Montgomery has been. Montgomery's been kind of a wagon. They are 7-1 on the year, and I think when you take a look at what Montgomery has been able to put together, as I try to pull up the right tab on my computer, this is a Montgomery ball club that I think has an opportunity. I think they're a problem. I'll say this, like Port Neches Groves, I think is your favorite in this game. But Montgomery and the way that they operate offensively, they are very, very dangerous. I mean, this is a team that comes in averaging 49 points per game. This is a good offense. They are undefeated in District 8-5A Division II, 5-0, an opportunity to steal the district championship. Now they get to play at home, but they're playing P&G, and P&G has 8-0. Every question asked and answered. Every question asked and answered. I think they have the best offense they've ever had under Jeff Joseph, and I think that defense has gotten even better as the weeks have gone on. Just go ask Nederland last week when they really kind of put them in a rear naked choke and choked them out. This is a fascinating ball game. I want to see. I think it's a big test for the Montgomery defense, an opportunity for them to come up with big plays and maybe steal this district here in District 8-5A Division II. Massive game there, district title game. We're going to talk about Grant Cooper of the Montgomery Bears coming up here in just a moment. Number 5, Longview and North Forney. Another district that I feel like we talk about a lot, and because it's that same district with Rockwall and Rockwall Heath, and for Longview, this is a program that obviously has got a few losses on the year. They're 5-3 on the year, but those losses are to South Oak Cliff. Those losses are to 2 other teams who I'm not remembering at the moment. They've got the loss to Forney earlier this year. I'm sorry, they're 5-3, and then the other loss was to Ruston, Louisiana. They've got the loss to Forney, and that's kind of sticking out. And it was kind of the offense kind of no-showed. Aside from that, though, quarterback Johnny Hamilton has been great. They've figured out ways to win. Now they get their big test, taking on a North Forney team that is looking to. They had that hiccup to Rockwall Heath, but they are attempting to really gain control of District 10 6A and grab that top spot. Love what they do offensively with Legend Bay. I think their defense is actually kind of underrated. I know they've got that one loss to Rockwall Heath, which went a little cattywampus on them, but I think their defense is underrated. This is an opportunity. This is good on good. I want to see how this North Forney offensive and defensive front match up against Longview because we know how dangerous they are going to be. But this is a fascinating ball game there. North Forney taking on Longview. Number 4, Melissa and Prosper Walnut Grove. This is tasty in the DFW Metroplex. Mm-hmm. District 4-5A Division II title is on the line in Prosper. And Walnut Grove's the undefeated team, but I also think there's an argument to be made that Walnut Grove is the underdog here. Maybe I'm letting last week against Lovejoy color me here. They kind of escaped Lovejoy, and offense kind of couldn't get going. Cam Newton, they've built the whole plane out of Cam Newton. He had 43. 2 weeks ago, he had 54 touches. Last week, he had 38 touches. So they are just building the whole plane out of Cam Newton. I think a lot of it's going to come down to how well they can get Hayes Hackney, their quarterback, going. Going up against a Melissa team that is 6-1, but they're 6-0 in district play. Quarterback Brett Holloway has been terrific. He threw for 7 touchdowns last week in a really kind of a coast win over Frisco Emerson. A lot of this, I think, comes down to how much offensive diversity Prosper Walnut Grove can show outside of Newton. They've got to find a way to kind of bloom and blossom offensively. Huge game. District 4-5A Division II title is up for grabs here. Walnut Grove and Melissa, my number 4 game of the week. Number 3, Corpus Christi, Flower Bluff, and PSJA North. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is going on tonight, actually. And down there in the Rio Grande Valley, this is a district game, believe it or not. Corpus Christi, Flower Bluff taking on PSJA North. And Flower Bluff making the 150-mile trip for a district game. 150-mile trip down for a district game. And a lot of the question in this one is going to come down to the health of Ethan Guerra, their running back. The star running back did not play last week against Weslaco East. Is he available? Now, they had no trouble last week because, A, I think they're better than Weslaco East, and B, they were able to throw the ball a little bit, and more importantly, for PSJA North, their defense is just now consistently one of the very best in 5A. Ethan Montemayor leads the number 5 scoring defense in all of 5A Division I. Well, here comes a big test in Flower Bluff. Making that big long trip, but they're bringing with them Lucian Cruz, their quarterback, Sam Smith, their running back. This is a dangerous Flower Bluff offense. A lot of this comes down to the health of Guerra. A lot of this comes down to the defense for PSJA North. Can they hold up against a high-powered Flower Bluff attack? And how much does that travel matter? This is there's a long trip. But there's a chance that Flower Bluff's on the road right now. A lot on the line tonight, Flower Bluff and PSJA North. Number 2, Galena Park North Shore and Sheldon CE King. It's a District 23 6A title game. And I think in a lot of ways, this is CE King's shot that they have been waiting for. For years, we have heard from CE King fans who have said, what about us? Hey, we should be in that conversation with the big boys in that district, with the North Shores, with the Atascocetas, with the Summer Creeks. And I understand it. They have now earned an opportunity to elevate themselves into that conversation. They have earned that opportunity. And it's because of their offense. Deion Sims, their quarterback, Timothy Potts, their running back, Deion Sims, their quarterback, Timothy Potts, their wide receiver, LeJared Clark. They are dynamic, 54 points a game. Can't fake that. They are awesome. They're maybe the fastest team in all of Texas high school football. Well, if you want the throne, you got to go and take it. And this is their opportunity to go and take down North Shore, who they had that week 1 loss to South Oak Cliff, but since then have been terrific. Quarterback Caleb Maryland, running back Hezekiah Jones, and more importantly, I think that defense has really figured things out and rounded into form. They're playing that traditional style of defense. Excited about this one. There's a lot. This is a district title game. This is a big narrative game. I think this is very big for the future of the CE King program to say, hey, we deserve to be in when you talk about the District of Doom, it includes us. There's a massive, massive game on the east side of Houston tomorrow night. But it's not the number one game in the state. No, number one, Angleton and LaPorte. Going to Harris, staying in Harris County, Bulldog Stadium. LaPorte is more of the known commodity here. Even though they're young, running back Sean Simon, I think is their best player. He's a sophomore. They got Peyton Smith outside. He's a sophomore as well. I think their best defender is Caden Watson, who's a junior. They're young, but they're feisty. And they're dangerous. Playing at home against an Angleton team that is 8-0 and clobbering fools. Clobbering fools. The number 3 scoring offense in all of Texas, in all of 5A Division I. The number 2 scoring defense. Okay? They have the best average margin of victory in 5A. They are a wagon. And also, their opponents on the year are combined 21-45. 21-45. So, if you want to say, yeah, who have you played? I think there's a fair argument to be made there. There's also injury concerns with Angleton. Quarterback Bryce Duran left last week's game, didn't return. Wide receiver Wesley Jackson, their number 1 target, left the game, didn't return. Well, at number 1 or number 2, certainly, target. They're going to lean on that running game, Wyatt Nealon and Jaden Moore. This is Angleton's close-up. This is Angleton's opportunity to announce to the state that they are serious business. And it's for LaPorte an opportunity to get a huge win at home and to buoy them into the playoffs as the district champion. It's a massive game down there at Bulldog Stadium. And there it is, your top 10 Texas high school games of the week. You can watch a number of these on Dave Campbell's Texan Live this weekend. Of course, we'll have highlights of many of these on Dave Campbell's Texas Football Tonight, 10:30 p.m. tomorrow night.